at 6:30.
Good evening and thank you for joining us here on Valley News Live at 6:30. I'm Jessica Bringy. This is our special streaming digital edition, so thank you so much for joining. It's day 2 of our 3 first alert weather days with a stronger storm now moving in as Easter travelers hit the road, certainly feeling that impact. Our meteorologist, Summer Schnellbach, is looking at those changing conditions, and we will hear from her in just a minute. But first, let's check in with Valley News Team's Sydney Zatz, who's out in the elements tonight to show you what it looks like on the roads right now. Sydney.
Hi, Jessica. That's right. I'm out here in Fargo. Things are getting a little bit chilly, but not too bad. Still pretty mild. As you can see behind me, it's been warm enough that a lot of that snow we got yesterday has melted and a lot of grass is poking through. And then you can see on 94 here, a lot of cars going what seems to be pretty normal speeds. The roads are seasonable and good conditions. Now that is according to ND Roads. Looking at your road conditions in the Fargo, West Fargo region, again, roads are seasonal and good, but it's when you get through Gardner up to Buxton through Hillsborough, things are wet and slushy. And again, going from Castleton towards Valley City, Jamestown, things wet and slushy again. Now, I did speak to Fargo Public Works yesterday, and they tell me that despite the holiday weekend, all hands are on deck for snow removal throughout the weekend. Crews are working 12-hour shifts, about 30 people on hand at a time to clear these roads in the area. Now, again, as you can see behind me, a lot of the snow has melted here in the valley. So not anything we haven't seen before in North Dakota or Minnesota. It's really your typical winter day, but again, it is April 3rd. So this was not an April Fool's joke when our first alert storm team was forecasting for this holiday weekend. Now I'm going to send it back to you in studio for more tracking and timing of tomorrow's first alert weather day events.
All right, thank you so much, Sydney. We appreciate you being live out in those elements there. Those roads clearly seeing that impact of the snow, but thankfully, right now conditions appear to be moving along okay. For a closer look at how much more snow and wind we can expect tonight into Easter weekend, meteorologist Summer Schnellbach has a first alert forecast. First look, Summer.
That's right. We have only gone through system number 1. That has melted away a little bit as expected, but our first alert weather days continue. That second storm system has been impacting parts of the Southern Valley, southeastern North Dakota, and points to the southwest. The winter storm warning continues for a general 6 to 12 inches of snow still on the way. Winter weather advisory surrounding areas in purple. Here's a look around the valley. You can see some snowy conditions and visibility not great as those next snow showers push on through. We've seen snow expanding across the valley. We were expecting snow first in eastern North Dakota. That's exactly how it's playing out. Now tonight, it'll start to push to the north and then east as well. So looking ahead to your first alert forecast, by 9-10 o'clock, seeing snow overspreading the region and heavy at times throughout the overnight period. Waking up tomorrow morning to higher snowfall rates coming down at a pretty good clip and accumulating just as fast. Now, it's not till tomorrow afternoon that it starts to move out, but it will be blustery on the backside of that as well. Not expecting much blowing and drifting snow impacts just due to the heavy, wet nature of it. But here is another look at total snowfall potential for round 2. This does include a little bit of what we've already seen this afternoon. Locally, more than 12 inches of snow possible. So take it easy out on the roads tonight and through tomorrow. Travel looking a little better, though, for your Easter Sunday.
Thank goodness. We need some improvement here, Summer. We've got to alert Mother Nature to the fact it's spring, not
I know,
winter.
right? Yeah.
All right, thanks so much. During these first alert weather days, as always, we want to share a reminder that you can always download the VNL Weather app for up-to-the-minute forecasts. Download and use it for free. You can simply scan that QR code on your screen or search VNL Weather in the App Store. A jury trial has been set for a man accused of attacking a woman at a Fargo apartment complex. The man, seen right here on your screen, is facing multiple charges, including attempted gross sexual imposition, aggravated assault, and terrorizing. Police responded in late December after a neighbor heard a disturbance and found a woman bleeding, saying her ex had assaulted her and then choked her. He was later arrested in West Fargo. A correction order has been issued to a Lisbon daycare owner after camera footage showed her slapping the child. Reports say Misty Lule, the owner of Buzzy Bee Childcare, was seen picking the child up roughly and slapping them on the cheek. Lule is required to review early childhood rules and complete a training course. In a message to parents, she says authorities were at the daycare for an investigation and promised to be transparent with families. A silver alert has been issued for an elderly Wahpeton man last seen in Valley City. Police are searching for 73-year-old Alfred Oden. According to Wahpeton police, Oden is a vulnerable adult. He was last seen yesterday at Casey's gas station in Valley City, wearing a purple jacket and tan pants. Investigators believe he's driving a teal Ford F-150 pickup with a red topper. If you've seen him, you're asked to call the Wahpeton Police Department. The North Dakota Supreme Court is now weighing a fight over legislative term limits and whether voters will be able to make their voices heard on it this fall. A potential question on November's ballot would allow lawmakers to serve a maximum of 16 years in the legislature. Right now, politicians are limited to 8 years in the Senate and 8 in the House. The original term limits sponsors are suing, saying it's unconstitutional for lawmakers to weaken what voters passed in 2022. Attorneys for the legislature argue the court shouldn't step in until after voters act. The justices did not rule yesterday, but the Attorney General has urged a decision by June so the ballot can be finalized. Check this out tonight, a display of faith on this Good Friday. For this 22nd annual youth-led Good Friday crosswalk, many young children and some adults braved the chilly temperatures and took to the streets of Fargo carrying a large cross. The silent and prayerful group spent the lunch hour making the 2-mile walk down 13th Avenue South to St. Andrew Lutheran Church. There are a variety of Good Friday services around the Fargo-Moorhead area tonight. When you think about baseball season, you probably don't think about layers, mittens, and winter hats, but we know spring in the Midwest can bring any and all types of weather. Our friends in the Twin Cities gave us a look into the technology at Target Field, making sure these 17 games in April go off without a hitch.
It's a Minnesota spring. You never know what you're going to get.
Over the years, we have seen every kind of Twins home opener you can think of.
The very first home opener we had here was mid-60s, back in 2010.
Matt Hodson with the Twins says you take the good with the bad.
Right now, you're talking the rain, the sleet, the potential snow and wind.
It's not the worst weather we've seen at the ballpark. According to Major League Baseball, the coldest Twins game ever happened in April of 2018, when the game time temp was a freezing 27 degrees. And in 2013, the grounds crew was shoveling snow and melting ice with heated pressure washers. There was also a hidden weather feature underneath the field itself.
We have 40 miles of piping that keeps the field continually heated. We can get it up. We normally like the grass level to be about 60 degrees.
And they also have a water recycling system that collects all the rain that falls on the field.
This has helped us recycle 20 million gallons of rainwater since the ballpark opened.
The team here is ready for whatever Mother Nature throws their way. With 17 home games in April, the most out of any month this season, they could see a lot of challenging weather at the ballpark.
It's what the schedule has. We'll play ball and we'll be ready for it. We are truly an all-seasons baseball park.
After an hour-long delay due to a power outage, we finally got the first pitch of the season from Target Field. And our own McKenna Wright's going to have all of those highlights later on tonight. Tune in for Valley News Live at 10. The Minnesota Wild played a tribute game honoring longtime NHL reporter Jesse Pierce, who covered the team and the league for a decade. The team placed her photo in a permanently reserved press box seat surrounded by flowers and personal mementos. You can see that here. Blankets draped over the seat are a special nod to Pierce, who was known for bringing them to stay warm while she worked. Pierce and her 3 children were found dead after a house fire in White Bear Lake on March 21st. UND is taking the first steps towards putting sponsored logos on Fighting Hawks uniforms. Sports Partnerships sent out a request for information earlier this week. The organization wants to hear from businesses interested in having logos displayed on UND uniforms, equipment, or other game day gear. The school says this is not a formal bid, just a way to measure interest and shape a future process. The move follows new NCAA rules to allow more commercial logos on college uniforms starting this August. The Concordia College gym is getting a new look. Renovations on Memorial Auditorium is now entering its 3rd week. Crews are repainting the ceiling and brick white walls white. It's part of a larger effort to update the historic campus venue. Memorial Auditorium hosts Cobra Athletics as well as other major campus gatherings. So far, the school has not released a completion date or how much the project is estimated to cost. West Fargo school leaders say a spring break deep clean at Freedom Elementary was a success and has stopped an ongoing pest problem. Officials say there have been no insect sightings since this deep clean. Now, the district wouldn't identify the bug, but does say pest control has given no indication it's something kids or staff could bring home, like lice or bed bugs. The cleaning comes after record student absences due to illness. A letter to parents urged families to help keep the school clean by clearing out lockers, washing clothing items, and of course throwing away food. The Hole-in-One Show, Fargo's local golf competition, is back and it's starting this Sunday night. Join host Dave Schultz after our newscast at 10:35 p.m. to watch local golfers take their 2 shots at a chance to win this season's grand prizes. Each contestant plays for a charity of their choice and has a chance to raise money and awareness for their cause. With more than $130,000 raised across 7 seasons, the Hole-in-One Show continues to grow the game of golf for our local community. You can watch the Hole-in-One Show right here on KVLY, out west on KFYR, and new this season on KSTC out of Minneapolis. That's going to do it for us tonight on this Friday evening. If you have travel plans, we hope you get where you're going safely and have a wonderful